Hi guys, it's Karen and Cheris again, and we are here to talk to you guys today about love. And I'm going to let Cheris take the floor first.
I'm going to start off with talking about the type of love that I want to cover is unconditional love. I feel there are people that have love for the people in their lives, like their kids or their significant others or their parents or their friends, but then they go out in the public and they don't have any love for the strangers that they might meet, or maybe the people that are serving them at the restaurant or whatnot. And that might not be like the love that you might be thinking I'm talking about, like you should be kissing on people and stuff, like weird stuff like that. I'm talking about just having a love for people in general. Just you know at the end of our videos we say we love you guys, and I have no clue who's watching these. So how am I saying I love you if I have no clue? I'm talking about a love that you get from God that you pass on to others. A friendly and a positive attitude, and a I would do anything for you even though I don't know you kind of attitude. The type of love that you might see people who, when somebody's broke down on the side of the road, the people who stop, they don't stop because they're selfish, that they want something out of that. They stop because they want to help that person, and that comes from loving others unconditionally. It would be something if you stop and be like, wow, you're such an idiot for breaking down your car. Like, you don't say that when you stop. You just say, how can I help you? And you have no clue where they are in their life, or what happened, or where they're coming from, but you showing them the grace of God and the love of God, that's what we're here for. That's the whole purpose of us. And we can go out in the world and show our faith and our hope, but like in 1 Corinthians 13, it says the greater of all three is love. So you start with love to be able to build on that faith and hope. I feel also, if I speak, there's a song out there from King and Country, that says, like, if I speak with human eloquence, but I have no love, I speak with words of emptiness. Like, I have nothing to back up what I'm saying because I have no love. There's nothing behind those words except just simple words. And I feel like no matter what you say, no matter what you believe in, no matter what you do in your life, if you have no love, then you are nothing. And that might sound really harsh, but I can go out and I can bang into Karen how much I want to really, really do something, and how much I believe in something and how much I want to accomplish something. But if I have no love, that's just words to her. She won't see my passion for why I want to do something, or the reason behind accomplishing that for me. So you have to have love in all aspects of your life, regardless if you're married or you're a parent or you're a friend to somebody, or you don't have that many people in your life. You must love some. You have to show love in everything that you do. No matter, I work at a bank full time, so I have people come in all the time that have no love, and you can tell that by just the way they treat people. And that's really sad. I feel like that's really sad, but I'll get off that. At my wedding, just kidding, get off my soapbox. At my wedding, I included in both of our vows, because we wrote our own vows, I included parts of 1 Corinthians 13 in them, because I wanted me and my husband to always remember that no matter how many arguments we get into, or discussions, or tiffs, or whatever you want to call them, that at the end of the day that we love each other, and we're never going to do anything to hurt each other. And maybe in that heated moment you want to strangle somebody. But remember that sorry. Remember, if he ends up strangled, I didn't do it.
Oh, okay. Note to self, online, don't.
Yeah, I'm not a suspect. Just remember that he's not, or I'm not, your wife's not, or your husband's not, or your kid's not. They're not doing anything purposely to hurt you. My husband will never lead us down a path or take us in a new direction or change our life completely because he just wants to. Like, he's going to do it out of love. And maybe, sometimes it's hard for us to realize that that's what they're doing at the time. And even though I'm talking about my husband, I'm also talking about God, because I feel God puts things in our life, or we go down a certain path and we're like, why would God have ever let us down this path? Or why would he let that happen? Or, why am I facing this challenge right now? Well, God's not doing anything out of hate. Everything he does is out of love, and he wants to teach you the grace of love. And he wants to teach you how to love others and how to love yourself through those struggles, and how to love God and trust God in those situations. So nothing is not on purpose. Everything's on purpose, through God, obviously. And I also want to say, love to me is a feeling of overwhelming sense of unselfishness. And that might sound really odd. People say, what is love? People are like, that just feeling of flutters. And I don't think that's what love is. I think being completely unselfish is how I would describe love, because if I see my husband and we just had a huge argument, I could sit there with hatred and be like, well, why would he do that to me? And why would he say that to me? And, why would he do this? And why would he do that? To me, like, all to me. Because that's what hate comes from. You think somebody's hurting you. But if you sit there with unselfishness and you realize, well, he loves me. And maybe it might not make sense, and I love him. So you have to kind of step back and realize that it's not all about you. Not everything is about you, and I have to take my own advice here. Not everything is about you. And not everything is about your husband. Like, he or she or whoever you're relating this talk to is doing it out of love for you, but you have to realize that by looking to them, not looking at yourself. And that might sound like a really weird way to go around describing what that is to me, but if we have an argument, I'll just tell one quick example and I'll let you go. If we have an argument, I walk out of the room, I let it go, I calm down, and then I reevaluate what happened. And then I go back and talk to my husband about what happened. And because if I do that, if I walk out of the room and I have that conversation to myself, that he's not doing this out of love or out of hate, that he didn't make that decision because he hates me and that he wants to see me suffer. He's making that decision because it's going to further our relationship. And later down the road, that might be better timing for that decision. And I just have to accept that. And just remember, everything your husband does or your wife does or your kids do or teenagers do and God does is out of love. So don't forget that. So if you're having a bad day, just remember to trust the love of God and how it's going to affect your life.
That's really good stuff. I just wanted to talk, I guess, on a single person level, since I'm not married and I don't have kids. Not yet. The verses that I kind of wanted to go over that have really touched or hit home with me lately is in the same out of the same verses that she's talking about. The four that I really wanted to touch on you know what I mean, is 1 Corinthians 13:4-8. And love is patient, love is kind, it does not envy, it does not boast, it is not proud, it is not rude, it is not self-seeking, it is not easily angered, it keeps no record of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always preserves. Love never fails. So one thing that that's really gut check for me, because you have to be able to love yourself unconditionally before you can love others. I know I've said this before, you kind of have to be able to do something yourself before you can help other people learn that, and before you can pass that on to other people. And for me, just learning that, loving my parents unconditionally means that, being patient with them, which is not always the easiest thing to do. But my brothers are a great example for that. They drive me crazy sometimes, and they pick on me, and even though they're my younger brothers, which is kind of odd. But I know they do it because they love me, and they just really want me to feel loved, which kind of sounds odd, but they do it out of love. And I know they do. And, just relationships with friends, they never, they never do anything. If they're a true friend, they're not going to do anything out of hate or out of viciousness. They're doing it because they love you, and they want the best for you, just like you want the best for them. And, it's kind of funny because I've learned lately that you can love someone that you don't even know yet. I actually, as silly as it may sound, I write love letters to my future husband, and if you're out there, hi. I've learned that, God has someone out there for everybody, and whether it be a friend or your soulmate, or your potential husband, wife, whoever it may be, and you can, that love is there already. It's not something that you have to make up. It's not anything that, it's definitely something you have to keep continuing to work for, but it's always there. It never goes away. You just have to bring it out and let it shine. So, but learning to love unconditionally, and remembering that I can love a stranger just as much as I love my mom or my dad is a really cool feeling, and it's a lot of fun. It's a fun adventure. So try it. It's pretty cool. Just saying. So, anyways, that's all I got for you guys tonight. Unless there's something else to add, but we love you guys. Unconditionally.
Unconditionally.
Bye. Good night.